Welcome back to Episcopal High School in the Humble Bowl.
Welcome back to Bryant Field.
We're
live from Bocock Wrestling Cage.
I'm ready for this game. Oh,
Great
shot.
Wow.
Scores.
Here he goes up. Puts it down. He's going for the win. That kid is not getting up. Wow. Takes it almost 60 yards. Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, what a shot that shell did.
She is really a dominant player. To Winnie, another goal. Another great one from Winnie Hughes.
Swing and a miss. Strike and a miss. Swing and a miss.
D3 for Shula, and he drills it.
She's going to put a shot up over the head, and she scores! Puts the soccer team on top in the second period of overtime. Back at the hole, goal! The kid does it. The Maroon getting really fired up, and I can help it get fired up too, Charles. We're going to need this. We need this energy today.
Shout out Ben Palmer. He doesn't play soccer, but he's probably the best athlete they have at their school.
Are we up? Oh, welcome to Bryant Field. It's a windy day here as the Episcopal Maroon take on the St. Albans Bulldogs in what's shaping up to be an ISC monstrous matchup. Both teams have battled this year with their skill and heart. These teams are looking for wins today. My name is Lloyd White, and I'm here with our analyst, Chase Bejan. Chase, what do you think about this matchup today?
Yeah, I'm excited. I got to talk to the St. Albans coach pregame, and he seemed pretty locked in. He didn't seem like he wanted to talk to me at first, but he gave me some good insight. They had a good 5-5 game against Landon the other day. He told me that it's nothing like any soccer game he's ever seen, and he was just happy they could score 5 goals, and that the mistakes that happened on defense he doesn't think are going to happen again. So I'm excited to see with this special Maroon offense if they can break through.
Yeah, and this Maroon team has got some notable injuries today, with senior captain Jack Jester out with an ankle injury, as well as senior Joe Lee also out with an unspecified injury. We're going to see how this Maroon defense bounces back today and fills in these gaps.
100%. You would see it out there today during warm-ups. There's 2 new players. There's O'Neal Avery and Cole Hoff starting at defense, and they were working on their shape. Shape is a super important part of soccer game, and it's way more complicated than you would imagine.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I don't know if you were able to make it out to the St. Stephen's and St. Agnes game the other day. The boys varsity soccer team defeated them 3-2 with a final goal from Yunlun Kuo, the junior, getting very little playing time up until this point. It was definitely a hero story for him to score. As the Maroon kick off, Roger Mata is hitting the ground running, looking to create some attacks early in the game as he goes back to O'Neal Avery over to Dario Samara, number 9. Maroon switching the field as the ball's taken back from the Bulldogs. That's going to be number 6, although he's not on our roster. He looks good so far. As the Bulldogs reverse the field, looking to maybe create some attacks early in this game, maybe build a lead early. As the Bulldogs are on the attack, Zach Roberts is on it though. Zach Roberts says no sir as he makes that stop. And Zach Roberts this year has just been unreal, Chase. I mean, he's one of those guys that is a game changer for this Maroon team so far. What do you think?
Zach Roberts he's been one of the best goalies in the state for the past 2 years. He was a freshman here at Episcopal for his only freshman year, and he's been amazing. He's big, he's imposing, he's all you could ask for out of a college goalkeeper, and he really acts like it.
Yeah, and another thing that's huge about Zach Roberts is just his commanding of the defense. He's not afraid to yell at his defenders and make sure that they're in the spots they need to be. As St. Albans is on the attack, and that's number 10, Zidane Espinoza, assisting number 9. That's going to be Zeres Espinoza. I think that's brother-to-brother connection, actually.
It seemed as if on that play, Zach Roberts got kicked in the face.
Yeah,
amazing offensive sequence by St. Albans. Honestly, great offense. I was told before the game, number 10, Zidane Espinoza would be a player to watch out for. He plays with some alumni and some current players here on club teams, and yeah, he's a special young man, as you can see.
Yeah, and that was just tic-tac-toe from this Bulldogs offense.
Tiki-taka, you could say.
Yeah, indeed. They sent it down, crossed the ball in, and, I mean, even when you have a goalie like Zach Roberts, it's hard to make a save when they're 3 feet from the net.
You know, if they put Diego in Europe right now, do you think he's winning the Ballon d'Or?
I mean, it's hard to think not. Diego this year has just been so good, and if there was a Ballon d'Or for Episcopal High School soccer, I've no doubt he'd be in the running.
He'd probably be in the running for the Europe Ballon d'Or if he was there too.
Oh, for sure. As the Maroon look to respond from this early 1-0 deficit, we're going to see how this Maroon team responds. I mean, they've been great this year under pressure, being down a lot of the game against St. Stephen's, but ultimately coming back to secure the victory there. And as I say that, it's going to be a Maroon corner kick, and Diego Samaro has really been a game changer on these this year, converting. I mean, it feels like a lot of them.
Feels like most of them.
Yeah, he's the Diego Samaro to Sasha Schroeder connection on these corner kicks has been one that has been a nightmare for defenses so far this year. As
Episcopal with the short corner.
As Samaro regathers the ball, dribbles towards the sideline, looking for Mata. Mata sends it back to Diego. Diego goes down. It's going to be another Episcopal corner as the St. Albans defender sends it out of bounds.
You know, it's been a very interesting IAC season up to this point. The Maroon currently are in first, but not safely in first. All of the teams are St. Albans suffered a draw to Landon and a loss to Prep, whereas we have not suffered a loss in IAC play yet. We tied Georgetown Prep and we beat Landon, so those two decisions keeping us in first. But a loss here could mean dropping down to second, even third.
Yeah, and that's a great point. The Maroon are going to be playing hard for this top spot in the IAC this game. And this early 1-0 deficit is sure to fire up some grit from this Maroon team.
I mean, and honestly, going down this early in this game, normally it would be cause for concern, but with the Maroon teams, like we said before, we have two starting defenders who are injured and not playing this game. It's expected to have defensive struggles with the new defense. You can't expect these players to mesh right away when they've only had so many days of practice together.
Yeah, and as Zidane Espinoza forces the corner kick for St. Albans here, you can see his captainship really showing out as he's kind of taking control of this game so far. And that's going to be Jacob Romehilt, another captain, with the corner kick, short corner kick. Bulldogs get a shot. That's number 2, Simon Moore, but Roberts is all over it as he immediately clears the ball, looking for Roger Mata.
You're going to see a lot more of those big kicks. I would say that's his specialty. I think the Maroon use that to their advantage. He has a very big foot. On a set kick, I would say he could kick it about 80 yards. Would you say that's right?
I think that's, probably about right. Yeah, he's no KK Gottfried, but he can get the ball down the field.
Most definitely. Sure. And then you see the saving ability of Caroline Hoover out there sometimes. The Hoover Show, for those who don't know.
Yeah, and another thing that has been pivotal for this Maroon goalie play has been the training of Zach Roberts and Caroline Hoover together, actually. Being the best female goalie in possibly Episcopal High School history so far this year.
Probably the state this year.
And Zach Roberts is, I'm not sure if he's been showing her things or if she's been showing him things, but, it's been working. As the Maroon look to create another attack, Cole Hoff sends it in. Espinoza's down as Samaro sends it over again. Cleared by the Bulldogs, only for Sasha Schroeder to kick it all the way back down the field and out of bounds.
You know what, I just realized as this game goes on, we're going to have to start distinguishing which Espinoza we're talking about.
Yeah, I believe number 9, Zeres Espinoza, is the younger one. The older one is looking to, I assume, coach his brother up and give him a few pointers as the young blood. As Wes Mashburn puts his body on the line, sending the ball out of bounds. It's going to be another Albans throw-in. Over to Schroeder. Schroeder gets it out, no problem. But Albans is on the attack. Espinoza again. the younger one this time, Zarez, the sophomore. Uses his body, but it's
St. Albans throwing.
going to be a St. Albans throw-in, I believe. Yeah, that's correct. Albans throws it in, looks to maybe send one in the box. Only taken away by Roger Mata, the menace of this Episcopal High School midfield.
Hold on to it, it's blown away.
And getting Roger Mata back after his absence of last year, after being here 2 years ago, has been something that this Episcopal team has, really needed. He's one of the players that creates the most offense on the field, and him, along with Diego Samara on the same midfield line, as well as Charlie Bakdayan, this is just a dangerous Maroon team, and I would hate to defend these guys.
You know, and as a Maroon fan myself, it's so sad that we didn't get to see Roger here with our special team last year. It would have been the same guys you see here today, plus OCU and D-Way, who's at Virginia Tech now, and Aiden Walsh, who's going to Denison. Just some special talents out there.
Yeah, and those guys, it's...
Oh, and Asher Parsons.
It's scary to think about what those guys could have achieved last year. As the Bulldogs shot goes off the crossbar, Roberts looked to be all over it regardless. And it's going to be an Episcopal High School goal kick, as the Maroon look to maybe create some offense here early in the game. Roberts is going to take his time here, survey the field, make sure he makes the right decision on this kick.
There's the big kick.
As he sends it into the middle, O'Neal Avery battling for the header, cannot win it. And Zach Jackson just sends it out.
Smart play by Zach Jackson. He
Looks
has a lot of soccer IQ, knows when to get rid of the ball.
Looks to be a little disagreement in this Maroon defensive line, but I'm sure they'll figure it out.
They probably already
the
did.
Bulldogs send it through, and it's going to be Hart Sands on the defense. And Hart Sands, I just want to take a second to talk about him. This year, coming in for his third year ever playing soccer, he's just been phenomenal.
Yeah, he really has been amazing. Started last year as well on our state championship team. He really is an athlete. He used to be a basketball player, was a knockdown shooter.
As we're saying this, the Maroon have some great ball movement there, but
I think
Josh
I saw
Gandhi, number 17, sends it out.
I believe I saw a Ronaldo chop pass.
That was, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Samara learned that. He's
Quick alert, Hill Porter just dropped a tennis ball. He doesn't know how to catch.
Hart Sands slides in on the defense as St. Albans gets another shot on, but the roommate duo of Hart Sands and Sasha Schroeder are a brick wall out there.
You know, I'm very interested to see how the Maroon handle the St. Albans team. St. Albans is always one of the bigger and more athletic teams we play in the IAC, as soccer being one of their best sports. And with an Episcopal team that's built up of a lot of good athletes, but I wouldn't necessarily say, like, the perfect archetype. Like, we have Roger and Diego who are very talented, but they do not have the size, and they fight through that on the daily. So I'm interested to see how this game goes.
And I believe it's going to be a Maroon throw-in deep in Albans territory, as Hart Sands sent it through to Diego Samara, looking to maybe create some offense. It's going to be O'Neal Avery on the throw-in. O'Neal Avery had to miss the last 2 games, I believe, with an injury as well. He's still getting back into the groove of the season.
I believe St. Albans player just got nailed in the face. And he got up asking for a penalty. I'm not sure what he wants them to call, but I think he's just a little butthurt.
Can't call a penalty on the ball.
Handball.
And number 11, Parker Layden, Jr., sends it over. Sasha Schroeder with the great header to defend the through ball, as Albans is looking to create some more offense. They take a shot just over the cage as St. Albans sends this ball out of bounds.
St. Albans has looked very dangerous on the attack so far today. They have a lot of speed on the wings. They have the Espinoza brothers up top, and they're a force to be reckoned with.
These Espinoza brothers have just been, I mean, living up to the hype.
Do we
so
know
to say.
if either of them are committed or thinking about it?
I'm not sure, but if they are, I'm sure they're going somewhere good. As they chip it through, it's a through ball for St. Albans. Sends it in the middle again. Espinoza sends it back. The unselfish play, but trifled by number 10, Sasha Schroeder.
Very patient offense. Making the one more passes, looking for the best possible shot. I think maybe getting a little too greedy.
Maybe, for sure, but you could just see a little bit of the young talent, Zara Espinoza, on that play, as he likely could have taken a shot, but was a little hesitant there. You could maybe think his brother would have taken that shot, possibly.
Very
As the Maroon are
possibly.
on the counterattack, it's over to Mashburn. Mashburn gets it to Mata, only be taken away. Espinoza creating offense. Over to number 21, Aiden Legg. Legg shoots it. Roberts all over it.
It is very hard to get a ball past Zach Roberts. That's all I have to say.
Bogdan to Samaro. Looking to maybe get this ball into the St. Albans box for one of the first times this game. And Cole Hoff defends the counterattack, sending it out of bounds, letting this Maroon defense get set up. Mata through to Mashburn. It's a foot race, but
Won by
headed
St. Albans.
off of the St. Albans defender. And to me, Chase, it feels like this game so far, St. Albans has kind of controlled possession. I mean, as Espinoza takes a shot, the big brother there.
Yeah, we really need the defense to figure this out, and I'm obviously not here to make excuses for anyone, but they've been attacking our wings nonstop, as I believe that is their strength. Both of our wingbacks are out, Jack Dresser and Joey. Our two injuries are our two biggest positions for this game, and we're getting beat on the wings right now.
Yeah, and I think this is definitely going to lead to a higher scoring game. Two high-powered offenses, although with the Maroon having some lackluster defensive injuries is going to definitely be a factor to play into this game. As Hoff defends, Schroeder gets it away. Espinoza takes the shot, but deflected. And Sands tries to kick it out, doesn't go straight out. Espinoza takes the shot, but Zach Roberts diving save. And Zach Roberts is just lights out from 10 yards plus this year.
You know, Zach Roberts is lights out from anywhere. I'm going to call it right now. He's going to be All-State, possibly State Player of the Year if we win the state championship.
And it's honestly hard to see this Maroon team not winning the state championship with how high-powered this offense is, along with our defensive pieces being back in by that time. And the Maroon fan section is building here as this game is leading on. Maybe some people getting out of their afternoon activities, coming over to the soccer game to support. Bogdan with the defense on number 22, William Long. And Long tries to get it back, maybe a little frustrated after getting the ball taken away. He's going to get a penalty for that. It's pretty rough. Saw a glimpse of maybe a penalty. Yeah, I'll say that.
Perhaps a penalty. With Zach Roberts coming up to kick the ball, I could say, on God, it's a penalty.
And Zach Roberts maybe even looking to take a shot here, but he opts not to, as he gives the ball to maybe the more skilled offensive player, Roger Mata, who sends it into the middle. Perfect ball from Mata there, just absorbed by the goalie. That's number 0, Chancey Garcia in goal for Albans.
Just wow, that was an interesting looking kick. It had a whole lot of arc. Kind of just sat up there for a second. I think that was a byproduct of the wind.
And I think this Maroon forward and midfield is starting to get into their groove on offense. I mean, I think it's going to be a long day for Garcia the rest of the game. As Samaro sends it back in. What a kick. Nobody is there for the Maroon, but great opportunity created. As the wind picks up, we'll see if that's a factor in this game.
It's definitely a factor for us.
I wouldn't want the ball to maybe curve in the air. Maybe Zach Roberts could lose it possibly, but we definitely would not want that to happen. As Espinoza sends it in, deflected off of Roberts, and that's going to be number 6, Joshua Allen, with the finish. An unfortunate series of events for the Maroon as they now trail 2-1 in this ISC match play. The Maroon are really going to have to dig deep here to dig their way out of this hole. As the Maroon regroup, little team meeting, they're going to kick the ball off, maybe set something up to attack this Albans side of the field.
You know, 2 down now. If the next goal doesn't give the Maroons away, I'm not sure how this game is going to look.
As it goes into Mata, the little Hezi, along with the step over, he's going to fake out some Albans defenders, but eventually get the ball taken away. As Albans sends it through, it's a foot race. Schroeder on Espinoza. Sands on Espinoza now. Espinoza all over the field as the St. Albans player errantly kicks the ball. What looked like was going out of bounds, but the older Espinoza makes a great play, hitting the ball off of senior number 2, Zach Jackson, to give St. Albans a chance to retain possession. Espinoza throws the ball in, maybe looking to create something here as he sends the ball, but off of Allen's head right to Roberts, and Roger Mata is looking to go down the sideline now. Samaro wins the ball through 2 people, going back to the middle, sends it through. That's Josh Jong, but shot on goal, but it's going to be saved by the goalie, number 0, Chancey Garcia.
That's an amazing chance for the Maroon. Amazing play down the wing to a great centering pass to Josh, also nicknamed Gandhi, with a very powerful shot on net. I'm happy with that. I'm just glad we put it on net.
Yeah, and that's going to be something the Maroon are going to need a lot more of if they're going to want to climb back from this 2-0 deficit. Albans goal kick, sends the ball. Bulldogs looking to advance. The Maroon aren't going to make it easy for them as they send the ball down. Espinoza looking to keep the ball in. Maybe send one to the middle. He beats Jackson. Goes down and kicks it in. What a play from Espinoza as he dribbles through what seemed like the entire Maroon defense in order to get that unassisted goal there. And this is an ugly one for the Maroons so far, as this Albans team has jumped out to a 3-0 lead early still.
That was just a great individual performance. There's not much else you can say. Unassisted goal, dribbled through 3 guys, made a great finish on an amazing keeper. Props off to Espinoza.
And as the goalie, there's really nothing you can do there as he gets an open shot from 5 yards. I'm sure Roberts is frustrated with his defense now, but I'm sure they'll find a way to figure it out and look to claw back in this game. Cole Hoff to Mata. Mata dribbles down the sideline. Taken away by the Albans defender. Allen down the sideline now, looking to beat Cole Hoff, but Cole Hoff is too fast as he's forced to dribble the ball out of bounds.
A little over halfway through this first half, and so far, Wade, what do you think about the Maroons' performance? How do you think we need to improve?
Yeah, I think this team has not been super great on the defensive side of the ball. I feel like the Maroon are definitely creating opportunities. They just have to play a little more sedentary defense if they're gonna be able to claw back in this game. They definitely cannot give many more goals. Maybe even have to create a shutout the rest of this half.
As we say,
game.
Albans is on the attack again. It seems hard to attack without Albans going on the attack.
And Allen again with the fake on Mata. Mata gets through. Allen goes to the ground, but and Schroeder with the defense sends it over. Bogdayan over to Gandhi, Josh Jong, but taken back by the Bulldogs. Cole Hoff gets bodied there, but it's going to be a penalty as this Maroon student section is building. We're going to see if these fans can maybe rile up the Maroon, get some energy as they look to have come out a little flat-footed so far this game.
You know, not only that, they don't look like they have much fight. We saw some arguing in the back early, and you know, you'd love to see more unity out of this team.
Yeah, this is definitely an uncharacteristic game so far from Episcopal High School, as this is probably the first time they've gone down 3-0 in how many years, Chase?
Probably two. Probably since the year before last when we weren't very good. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about the very good comeback that's going to happen right in front of our eyes.
And for those viewers watching at home that don't know this remarkable Maroon High School, or this Episcopal High School soccer program story, 2 years ago, this Maroon team was actually only won one game, only to win the Visa State Championship last year with some great new additions, but not a super not much change in the roster actually. They just seemed to come together.
3 or 4 players.
And that was definitely a magical season for sure.
And this is very uncharacteristic of the Maroon. I think it's very important to say St. Albans is obviously a very good team, but this is the kind of level the Maroon have showed that they can play at, and right now they're not playing at the level St. Albans is. St. Albans just seems to have an extra step, an extra edge, a little bit more time to think than we do.
I don't know what it is. Maybe this Maroon team got maybe a spoiled meal before the game, but they definitely look out of character so far.
100%.
As the Bulldogs send it through with a great ball, Allen is going to be on the ball, defended by Cole Hoff. Only passed back, sent through the middle, but Zach Roberts goes out and gets that ball.
You know, I know it really is the Maroons' play style to let Zach kick it down the field and see what we can do, but don't you think it'd be better to play it at the back a little bit, especially when we barely have any possession?
Yeah, and that's a great point, Chase, but I'm sure Coach Wilcox is definitely going to implement some change in strategy at halftime of this game, because what they're doing so far is not seem to be working. As Hart Sands, the enforcer, sends the St. Albans player down cleanly, goes for the ball. Albans is looking to take a shot here.
Pass to the middle.
With the lack of players there, it's going to be hard to whip it in. And Albans gets another shot, although it's off goal. And I'm not sure what the shot-to-shot ratio is, but I'm sure that the Maroon are not winning the battle right now, as the Maroon getting some fresh legs. That's Derek Park and Burnham DeBose.
You know, I never like to see the Maroon down 3-0, but it really shows you the depth and the quality of teams and players in the IAC for boys soccer this year. As St. Stephen's, a team Episcopal just beat 4-3, tied St. Albans not very long ago, and a team in Landon that Episcopal beat last week had a 5-5, very, very crazy game with St. Albans last weekend.
Yeah, this might be one of the years that the IAC is as close as it's ever been. I mean,
It's wide open, really.
Yeah, really. It seems like many of these teams are deadlocked in skill, and I'd really like to see how the Maroon match up again against the St. Albans team with many of their injured players back, although this game isn't over.
It's not over till the fat lady sings.
Never. Espinoza gets on the sideline, looking to dribble into the box. Dribbles into the box, takes a shot, and a lot of power on that shot.
You know what? That would have been gross.
Disgusting, even, possibly.
Perhaps even monumentous.
Not sure if that's a word. Haven't seen that one on my men being list, but
That is a word. I think. Are you still on level 1?
I believe I'm on level 2 for high school level 2, I think.
Oh, that's fine. I graduated to level 3. It's probably a level 3 word.
I've been a little lackluster on my men being so far this year, admittedly, but I'm sure I'll bounce back later with my vocabulary getting
Yes.
better. Zach Roberts sends it down to Cole Hoff. Cole Hoff wins the throw-in. Down the line over to Bogdayan. Lucky bounce for Bogdayan. Bogdayan sends it in. Beautiful ball. DeBose just can't get there as he gathers the ball on the other side of the box. And it's going to be called offsides for the Maroon as DeBose still takes the shot, but his sportsmanship shows there as he helps the goalie get up. That's got to be one of the top 10 respect moments if I've ever seen them.
Oh, most definitely. Probably that and Vinicius making sure he doesn't step on Real's symbol.
Oh, yes, of course.
But what was that noise? Did Burnham hit him on the shot?
I believe right in the face, actually.
That's like that might be our 4th face shot of the game. Maybe we should keep a running tally.
Yeah, I mean, and God knows how long it's going to be until soccer players have to wear masks with all these increasing regulations.
Why would they wear masks?
To stop the face shots, of course.
What kind of masks would they be wearing?
I was thinking maybe those, you know, the ones that LeBron wore in like 2014 when he was injured. He broke his nose.
Oh, should we implement the black ones?
I think so, yeah. And
Well, the NBA banned those.
yeah, but I'm sure the IC could make an exception. And I don't even want to know what Roger Mata would do with those masks, as we all know that masks make you much better at sports.
He'd be the best soccer player I've ever seen. He's already messy, but he'd be messy but better.
As the Maroon line up for the free kick in Albans territory, looks like they're going to take a shot here. Bogdayan takes the shot off the post. Bogdayan, what a shot. And again, another chance for the Maroon, but they can't quite get it in the net. They're one step behind.
Amazing shot by Bogdayan there.
As Sands goes down, that's going to be called a penalty. Sands putting his body on the line this whole game.
We'll have to see it out of one of our captains.
And another part of Jack Jester being out this game is the Maroon have a little less leadership, as we only have 2 out of our 3 captains.
St. Albans back on the attack. Espinoza through here. Doesn't look like there's anyone on him.
Espinoza, with a great opportunity, sends it just off the pipe as Roberts goes out of the goal to decrease his angle.
You know, it looks like that's been the matchup of the game. It's not a defender on an attacker. It's Mendoza versus Roberts. Although that just looked like a simple missed shot, there's a lot of small technical things you can do as a goalkeeper to give them less space, make them think they have space where they really don't, and as a shooter, it makes you think, and it's hard to make a shot when you're thinking.
And a thing you have to think about, undoubtedly, as a goalie is math. Like, with angles, decreasing angles of the attacker, it's with Zach Roberts being a great player in the classroom and on the field. It's hard to imagine that he doesn't have these thoughts going through his mind, maybe doing some on-the-fly calculations.
Most definitely. I bet you he's looking around seeing some right triangles out there.
I believe it. As Park wins his matchup on the right side, sends it through, and Burnham DeBose with the shot. Not quite enough power on that shot as the goalie is able to get there. But he's looking to get the ball back.
Since these 2 subs have came in, we look like we have a lot more energy. We've created some chances with direct connection. Burnham DeBose has 1.5 shots. One of them was called off, I guess, but 2 shots.
I would agree.
Yes, he does have 2 shots.
And Albans looks to send one through, gathered up routinely by Zach Roberts. Mata gathers the ball right next to the student section. Student section's maybe giving him some kind, wise words, although I'm not sure he hears them, being locked in, possibly in flow state.
You know what? I've actually considered making edits of Diego's highlights and putting them on TikTok with, you know the flow state trend?
Oh yes, that would undoubtedly go viral.
I can only imagine how he feels in game. He probably feels like he's sliding across the field, almost as if he doesn't have feet and he has wheels.
Yeah, maybe like a gazelle running through a safari.
Or like that one clip when the gazelle jukes out the cheetah.
Yeah, that's actually the exact clip I was thinking of.
We're just in sync.
As the ball's booted downfield off the head of Cole Hoff, off the head of Hart Sands. Little double header there from this Maroon team. And Derek Park tries to save the ball. Unfortunately, he can't. And it looks like these Bulldogs are looking to create another opportunity. Sent out of bounds.
Shout out Mrs. White listening to the stream right now.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, friends, Mom. I also believe my mom's listening as well. Hi, Mom.
Hello, Mrs. Bejant. As Samaro and Hoff are putting some pressure in the corner. The Bulldogs get it out, but that's a great kick away from the goal by number 2, Zach Jackson.
It's still the first half, but St. Albans has seemed to taking things even slower. They were going fast up the wings now, and now they're being more careful with their passes.
And I think that would maybe be my strategy as well if I was up 3-0 in the first half of this game. Maybe keep a little bit of offensive pressure, but maybe more focus
See,
a little more on the defensive side of the field.
you would say that, but as a fan, I really wish the coach would take a different angle and let us come back to make the game interesting for everyone watching.
That would be awesome.
It's okay because we're going to do it anyways.
Yeah, there's really no doubt about that. It's just how the Maroon are going to score these goals. And Jacob Romhilt right here on the corner kick as Zach Roberts rises above all else in the crowd and gathers that ball out with ease. Looking to send one down, maybe get it to Diego Samaro.
Samaro? Do you know? Which one is it?
Not exactly sure. I'm not an expert on pronunciations, but as Schroeder kicks it through. Ball sent to the middle. Maroon can't quite get a foot on it. As Avery gets the ball by, takes a shot, goes off of, that's number 2, Simon Moore, the sophomore, goes off of his face, and I believe that's the 5th face ball of the game.
Wow.
Add one to the tally.
You know, it's been a bad game to be a face.
Horrible game to be a face. And back to these masks.
See, we actually had some input. We were told by a loyal fan we should do the Jason masks from movies like Halloween.
See, that I think is a good idea. However, hockey's already implemented those.
Not necessarily the same.
Well, but I also think I would get a little scared commentating.
Espinoza down the
Espinoza
wing.
down the wing, and that's a tapping goal off the assist from Espinoza for Nicolas Gomez Urbano, the freshman, as he finishes the tap in.
Wow.
Mbappe-esque.
No, I would say more like
Holland, I apologize.
No, I'm trying to think of someone in the MLS. Suarez?
Messi's in the MLS, actually.
No, he's not good enough to be Messi.
True.
It's also Diego.
And this Maroon team is now in the biggest hole they've been in this entire year, down 4-0 to the Bulldogs. And
Not even the end of the first half.
I mean, it's hard to imagine what's going through these players' minds. Is maybe some flashbacks for the seniors to their sophomore year, but
Or freshman year.
since then it's been really nothing but success.
You know, I'm still hoping to see some life out of this Maroon team here. I believe we can put a few away. It doesn't have to be all 4. I'd love, obviously, to put in 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 goals, secure the win, but I'd like to see us just fight back a little bit.
And as we're saying that, the Bulldogs are just staying relentless on offense, sends one into the middle again. And that's going to be the half here on Bryant Field as the Maroon trail 4-0 against this St. Albans Bulldogs team.
Hi guys. It's done, right?
We'll see you again in the second half. As the Maroon kick off the second half in a 4-goal deficit, we're going to see how gritty this Maroon team really is in the second half. As Samaro immediately on the attack, but immediately cleared by the Bulldogs. As there's a foul called in the middle of the field, I believe on Sasha Schroeder. That's going to be a Bulldogs free kick.
Good defense by the Maroon.
Great defense by the Maroon as they get the ball out of their own territory, but just to be sent back in, it's going to be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. For the Maroon, I apologize. It's going to be O'Neal Avery on the throw-in.
Not enough to start a counterattack, unfortunately. I got excited. It looked like we were going to be running 2 guys against 1.
And if I'm being honest, one of my favorite parts of these games is these O'Neal Avery throw-ins. He just gets the ball so far back and just throws it so far. He is great at those.
He really is a special talent and a special guy. He's a friend of mine, and he's a great guy.
I was able to talk to him earlier during advisory while we were eating bagels about how he thinks this Maroon team is stacking up against Albans, and he told me that we have a lot of injuries right now, but we definitely think we stack up well. And I don't know if so far this game these injuries have just been much more prevalent, or if this Maroon team has been playing below their expectations, but something has got to change in the future for this team if they're going to want a shot at an IC title as well as a Visa title.
Well, let's not get too down. This is a rough showing so far, at least. But you've seen the rest of our games and the early parts of our season, and we look like a very promising team. Wow.
Yeah, and this team has been great all year, tying Potomac, beating Landon.
Had a rough loss to Collegiate.
Loss to Collegiate, yeah, that's really the
only blemish outside of this game.
Yeah, and so it's looking like this team has been a roller coaster of a season so far as Samara lines up for the free kick, hoping to decrease this deficit to 3. Sends it in, great ball off the head of, that's number 5, Kenechi Emua. What did they say? Defense has also been a point of strength for them this game, as they really haven't given up an inch. Maybe a few good looks, but really nothing surmountable.
You know, I hate to say it, but everything's been a strong point for St. Albans this game. I haven't really seen much weakness in their team. I'm interested to see if I got to be at their other games or watch some of their film to see if they looked as strong in other games, and if this Maroon team is just being outplayed, or if this is just a masterclass out of St. Albans.
But really, this St. Albans team, led by the Espinoza brothers, as well as Joshua Allen, has been looking unbeatable today so far. It's going to be hard for the Maroon to mount a comeback here, but I'm sure they're going to not give up and play to their full potential.
You know, as a famous influencer once said, never back down, never give up.
Yeah, and that's what the Maroon are bringing into this game today. Never back down, never give up. As Albans gets another shot on goal, deflected by a player. As St. Albans dribbles down here into the Maroon box, another shot. A lot of velocity on that shot there. Zach Roberts dives for it, but it's a little wide, and that's kind of the story of Roberts' life so far this game. Shots on goal, or technically this one was not on goal, but fast shots from near the cage, and it's not much he can do. Great play by the Maroon.
Played
Taking the ball
straight to
down.
St. Albans defense.
It's going to be sent off the head of DeBurn with Bose, looking for Samara, but cleared. Off the head of Schroeder once more. It's going to be Cole Hoff looking to keep the ball in bounds, but he can't.
Great speed out of Cole Hoff. His main sport actually is lacrosse, where he's my teammate in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why you're so surprised. He's your teammate too.
I apologize. I just forget sometimes, I believe.
How could you forget?
And the Maroon are back on defense here. Looking to stop the bleeding. And it's going to go back to Roberts, and he's going to look for some clearance. The goalies are playing pass now as Roberts sends it all the way down, but their goalie did not want to play, it seems.
That's a long ball down. St. Albans is in. Shot over the net.
Espinoza somehow getting a shot off there. That was an impressive turnaround.
We cannot figure this out. We seem to be at a stalemate, but not between the Espinoza brothers and this Episcopal defense, as they continue to pressure our goalie, and we continue to have no answer for them.
Yeah, we'll see if the Maroon can come up with an answer this game. I mean, maybe.
We might have to wait till next game.
Maybe. Are you sure? Who do they have next week, Chase?
I'm not sure. I believe we have Actually, no. I was about to say we have one more game this week, but we don't. Our next game would be next week. It would be after our long weekend. Where do you have any fun plans for your long weekend?
I actually do. I'm going down to Florida with you, actually. Not sure how
Oh,
you
no way.
How did you forget that one?
No, I didn't. I just wanted to hear you say it.
Ah, okay. And
Also joining us down there, Peter Fu.
yeah, that's his first time in Florida, I believe, actually.
Man of the hour, really. He's international. He's from China originally. Came to Episcopal. I believe that was outside of a trip or two to New York and LA. I believe this is his first time really in America. But he's been here for 3 years now. He loves it. And yeah, he's our guy.
Also joining us is senior captain Jack Jester, although out with an ankle injury still. The St. Albans on the attack. Another ball sent over the net.
How rude. St. Albans keeps interrupting our conversations.
Yeah, I mean, this St. Albans team seems to be a little inconsiderate, to say the least. But
They don't even give us any warning.
that was a little mean, but yeah, it's true. Roger Mata on the attack. Ball taken away.
No longer on the attack.
As St. Albans looks for it, Espinoza down the sideline using his body to create space. He's been a game changer so far today. And O'Neal Avery does not back down as he sends the ball out of bounds. Another player for this Maroon team I'd like to highlight today is Wesley Mashburn, new junior, number 18. He's formerly the cousin of former captain Van Seagrave, one of the most instrumental parts of last year's team. Kind of what the kids nowadays call a pace abuser. Just runs around the field, laying bodies, kicking the ball.
You know, and I'm glad to hear that clarification. For a second, I thought they somehow were no longer cousins, and
They are still cousins. Wish Van all the best playing club soccer at Ole Miss now, I believe. As the Maroon on the attack now, Charlie Bogdayan one-on-one with his defender, looking to create space. Shot.
Missed wide.
Lots of speed on that shot. Great shot, but just off. Goalie didn't even react. If that was on goal, he would have had no chance, I believe. And St. Albans on another throw-in off of the ball boy help from Jack Knutson in the neon green shirt jersey. Played back between the St. Albans defenders. Cole Brown kicks it through. Wesley Mashburn one-on-one. One-on-one. Wesley Mashburn going through, but ball's kicked out by, that's number 5, who is Kenechi Emua, the senior. St. Albans on the attack again. Gets it down to Espinoza. Espinoza's just been a menace on these wings as he sends it in.
To Cole Hoff.
Deflected off of Cole
Back to
Hoff.
St. Albans jumps.
And that's just a wide open shot by these St. Albans Bulldogs.
I believe that
just
was
off
the camera behind the goal. So not exactly a face shot, but you can definitely tally that into the weird spots that have been hit this game.
Yeah, and the question one could ask now is, does that camera need a mask?
I don't know. I feel like we could get a little cover to make sure the glass doesn't break. I know the faculty members and the security staff that are looking at the camera would like a nice clear view.
Yes, of course, and I mean, no complaints here, as I'd much rather have people watching from our stream rather than that camera. As Roger Mata dribbles.
I just realized I never thought about the security guards having watching parties for our soccer games.
Yeah, I believe they do. They get some chips and guac, maybe some queso.
Oh, I did hear about this. I can't remember whose, but someone has a famous chili.
Yeah, they do. I believe, I can't remember the exact security guard, but I've heard they make bangin' chili. As Espinoza is again on the attack, so fast here. Sends the ball in, and that's just a laser on goal from Espinoza as he dribbles down the sideline untouched to score the left-footed goal.
Yeah, I believe that's a hat trick for him.
I believe you're right, as this St. Albans team takes a 5-0 lead. This is surprising, as this Maroon team has not given up 5 goals in at least 2 years.
Can only imagine what tomorrow's practice has in store for these players.
It's going to be a rough one, I can only imagine, as
I'm putting myself in the position of an Episcopal soccer player right now, and personally, I'd probably fake an injury.
I don't know if that's what I would do, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a hard one, as number 4, Cole Brown, the freshman, subs in for this Maroon team. Cole Brown, another one of these assets this Maroon team has added to help them maybe come back win a Visa IC chip this year, but with the lack of experience, it's going to be hard. Hart stands with the boot, kicks it all the way to the other side of the field. I'd want him on my team for kickball, that's for sure.
I'd probably have him second pick, and first pick probably KK Godfrey.
Or Zach Roberts even.
No.
So Hart Sands would be number 3.
Yeah.
Number 3 pick in kickball for me.
Because, you really can't move KK out of the number 1 position.
Yeah. For those who don't know, KK Gottfried is our star women's soccer player who takes all of our goal kicks. Samara dribbling through 3 players, but is swarmed. Can't retain possession.
I'm seeing a lot of frustration out there from the Maroon. It seems like some of our better players are just hoping to get anything. And, although we're already down, we've only let up 1 goal so far this half with no other real chances. I think that's a little bit due to St. Albans coming back and not playing forward as much, playing more defensive game now that they're up. But at the same time, I believe our our new subs, our new players, for those who are injured, are playing better on defense now.
And I think this Maroon team is kind of just figuring out that this game isn't going to come easy. They're going to have to take it if they want to compete in how competitive the ISC is this year. It's a hard league, and they're going to have to play better than this, as well as get some of their injuries back if they're going to want to do better.
St. Albans on the attack again. That shot, I'm not sure where he was shooting. That was definitely in the direction of the net.
It looked like he was attempting to hit the camera again. Not sure if that was his intention, but
someone should let him know you don't get extra points for that. But yeah, St. Albans seems to just be trying whatever then. After that shot, I'm not really sure what he was thinking.
As Zach Roberts lines up for the goal kick. The Maroon are looking for some magic to maybe by some miracle come back in this game. I'm not sure the exact record, but I believe this would likely be probably the biggest deficit comeback in Episcopal High School history if it did happen. As Derek Park takes the ball away. There's some contact there as Park goes down.
St. Albans just seems to be bigger in every aspect of this physical game. They've won more 50-50 balls. They've beaten us down the wing just like that. And
an own goal there from the Maroon as it...
I believe it bounced off Hart Sands. This has just been... I feel for this team and these players. This is a demoralizing experience to a great team. You got to hope they don't let it affect them too much.
And I'm sure they won't. As they'll be able to combat this game mentally as well as physically in practice and maybe drop some game plans to combat this team when I'm sure that this Maroon team will see St. Albans again at least one point in the season. And how great of a story would it be if the Maroon come back and beat this St. Albans team in another game?
Yeah, it'd be amazing to beat the St. Albans team 7-6. Another great defensive stop by the Maroon, and it's hard to look at them as a positive at this point. Although the defense is playing well in these scenarios, you don't want to see this many opportunities. And just the last 15 minutes since the second half has started, and the entirety of the first half, we've been on the defense.
Yeah, it's been no secret that the St. Albans team has been outplaying us so far this game, but I feel like the scoreboard really doesn't tell the entire story, as I feel like the Maroon have definitely created a lot of opportunities to score. It's just a lot of them haven't panned out, and it seems like everything's going wrong today for the Maroon. Cole Brown on the contest, wins his matchup. Attempts to keep the ball in bounds, but he can't quite. Yunlun Kuo, the hero from the last game, on the defense. Charlie Bogdayan lays a body. Legal. Gets in the box, looking to create something here for the first time today. But it's going to be a corner kick for the Maroon as the goalie dives on the ball out of bounds.
Maybe we can see a Maroon goal here.
As Roger Mata does a few juggles before he gets the ball. Little pre-corner kick ritual there. He sends it in. Off the hand of the goalie. It's going to go out of bounds.
And it'll be a corner kick again.
Looks to be another corner kick. Possibly taken by Bogdayan this time.
That makes sense. It'd be mean to make Roger go from side to side.
I wouldn't want him to be too tired, although I know he has the stamina for it. Buckdine takes a shot.
Wow.
Just off, but that would have been a banger if it went.
And you can see the lack of excitement out of the Maroon, even off of a good chance. They need to, well, not necessarily need to, but I would like to see them muster up some intensity, some energy that we really just haven't seen from them all day.
And as St. Albans brings in their backup goalie, this game is getting a little out of hand for the Maroon, as maybe they could see this as a sign of disrespect and maybe spark some fire out of this team that we haven't seen today. St. Albans looks to be holding the ball a little bit, maybe looking to run some time off this clock.
You know, Laird, I wouldn't mind that either. Pretty hungry.
Maybe looking to get some Chipotle after the game, perhaps.
You piqued my interest.
That addition of the Chipotle to the Bradley Center has just been a game changer so far this year, although the line is typically very long. As we say that, a St. Albans shot goes off of the face of Roberts, although he's still able to corral the ball. Sends it downfield to Buckdine.
Don't forget that's it's number 6 on the face shot tally. Number 7 if you include the camera shot.
Yeah, it's 6 or 7 face shots in one game is too many. I mean, it's just a matter of time till these masks get implemented.
Wow, and there's a signature 1 slide tackle per game for Sasha Schroeder. He normally plays forward, but that doesn't stop him from getting a slide tackle.
And he always gets it. It always works, and that's definitely one of the strengths of his game. Having played the game,
Is 1 slide tackle a game?
Yeah, that's a skill he's worked on his whole life. As we're battling on the sideline, Buckdine is gonna take the throw, and he waves off Cole Hoff as Sauce Schroeder calls for the ball. And the Marooners subbing off Mata, maybe hoping to conserve some of their star power in a game that might be out of reach at this point. Avery sends it in, but nobody's there for the Maroon. Story of our lives today.
You know, Ed, it's not a good feeling as a broadcaster. I'm feeling like I'm almost out of words. With the St. Albans performance, there hasn't been many holes. As we said before, the Maroon haven't really had a chance to break through, even if we were having a good day ourselves. And it's hard to remove the bias of being a fan at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, this St. Albans team has just played what seems to be a flawless game so far, as and the scoreboard shows it, as there's a 6-goal deficit. And Schroeder gathers the ball again.
How many shots do you think we got this game? So far, at least.
So far, I'd like probably below 5, maybe.
Not even. I think Charlie had that one. I think we had the corner, or sorry, not the corner. We had the free kick with the follow-up. I think those are all 3 of our shots.
Albans has just had a surplus of shots today. And the lack of St. Albans fans at this venue today is utterly surprising, as typically their turnout for a student section, even at away games, is usually really good.
No, a Tuesday game is weird. You don't see very many Episcopal students out here in the student section either, which I think partially is a tribute to the 6-0 score currently, but there wasn't many fans to begin with, and that's many kids wanted to go to the center and get some good food.
And that definitely doesn't help this mental side for the Maroon, as they, in order to not give up, it's hard if the fans are giving up on you. Am I right?
You're right. I personally haven't given up on the Maroon.
Oh, I'll never give up on the Maroon.
If I didn't have this mic on, I'd be screaming. Probably have body paint all over me. Be all maroon and black.
Maybe a mascot costume.
I'd have a cone. I'd probably put on a mask just to represent the cause, because I really do think they should put the masks into soccer. It almost seems like we need them.
Yeah, and it's honestly more than just a safety precaution.
It's a way of life.
It's stylish. I think it's just mandatory at this point. I'm going to bring it up with the IC committee after this game, and we'll see what we can do.
Do you have their email?
I do, yeah.
Is it just IAC@gmail.com?
ICcommittee@gmail.com, actually.
Maybe we shouldn't be saying that on the air. Charlie back to Iron, stifled on the wing again. St. Albans just, I don't know what's going on. They don't seem to want to let us into the attacking third. They're very defensive of it. Maybe they should just go to therapy and calm down.
I mean, typically that is how the sport of soccer is played, but, I mean, St. Albans has been pretty aggressive with it so far this game, allowing really not an inch for this Maroon team. As they send another one in, maybe add some salt to the wound, but Zach Roberts says no, sir. Berm DeBose over to Charlie Bogdayan, the co-heads of the Chocolate Milk Club here at AHS. As St. Albans sends the ball over and out of bounds, it's going to be a throw-in for Cole Hoff there. As we near the end of the 67th minute, Episcopal's going to send in some subs. It's going to be Wesley Mashburn and Zach Jackson in for Derek Park and Berm DeBose. As the Maroon are inching their way down the sideline through throw-ins kicked out by Albans players. Bogdayan rips one from out of the box, but it's going to go right to the St. Albans goalie. As he gives the ball for some clearance. Sasha Schroeder getting up and personal with number 7. And number 4, Yunlun Kuo, trifles the attack, sending the ball out of bounds in the Maroon territory.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossover players between lacrosse and soccer.
Yeah, especially on this Maroon side. I'm not sure if St. Albans has any, but
Doesn't look like it. I feel like we would recognize them.
great athletes regardless. And what looked to be like another go-ahead goal for St. Albans is sent wide. Maroon counting their lucky stars after that one. Although one more goal probably would not make the most difference.
one more goal would actually make a huge difference. Just not to the Maroon, more to me.
And off of another player's head. Cole Hoff on the defense.
You know, wait, that one. Oh gosh,
Sends it in
St.
the
Albans
middle.
attack again. No, wait, maybe we have to do less of a mask, more of a helmet. He got hit in the back of the head that time.
Possibly. I'm getting word from the higher ups that apparently masks are not a good idea.
Who are these higher ups? Is this IAC@gmail.com?
I actually have yet to reach out to them, but one of my sports media advisors is saying that it's not the best idea, although
I agree.
still going to bring it up with the IC committee.
I think masks might be a little futile in terms of health with concussion. That's why I really think we need to go in the direction of helmets. I've changed my mind.
Helmets, yeah, I mean, this seems like a more efficient solution for sure.
You can hit it with the helmet.
Sasha Schroeder getting the ball, tries to send it through to Bogdayan, stopped by number 16, Miles Coates. Coates on the throw-in. Does it a little preemptively there as the ref blows the whistle. St. Albans really taking their time on this throw-in. No rush for them as they send it out of bounds again. Allen looked perhaps even intentional.
77. We have around 10 minutes left here with the addition of stoppage time, and I think it's...
And Charlie Bogdayan is tripped. That should be a free kick for the high school. As Bogdayan is looking to perhaps bend it like Beckham to maybe whip this one into the back of the net.
Maybe we see something special and he shoots this one.
I mean, no surprise here if he does. He's got great left and right foot. Sends it in. Headed straight out by the Albans defender. They're all over it. Youngland Kuo sends it back in, the hero of last game. O'Neal Avery gets it back. Over to Wesley Mashburn. But kicked by Zach Jackson into the opposing box. It's going to be gobbled up by the St. Albans goalie, who sends it over. Wesley Mashburn with the penalty there. St. Albans player looks to be down. Hope for a speedy recovery if it...
Let's just hope he can get up and walk it off.
He looks to be able to walk, thank God.
I think just a little bit of a stinger there.
Possibly. And Wesley Mashburn being as aggressive as he is, especially with his new look, the bleached buzz cut, it's really giving him some Black Air Force energy.
And like you said, he was aggressive to begin with, but this haircut, it gives him almost a new demeanor. I would say he's more intimidating.
I would agree.
I know he put some toner in the other day to make sure it was actually blonde and not just yellow, and it's looking pretty good out there. I mean, it's not too noticeable.
Yeah, I'm getting some Eminem vibes from him.
Can he freestyle? Do you know?
He can, actually.
You've heard him freestyle?
I have, yes.
What kind of beats are his favorite?
I'm not exactly sure the actual beats names, as I'm not super into freestyling, but I know Wesley is. He's nice on the mic.
So if I turn on Mo Bamba instrumental, he would destroy the track.
I have no doubt he would destroy the track.
Spit bars. take over on the mic?
And St. Albans gets it again in the maroon box. Player gets either tripped or he was tripped. But either way, it's going to go to Gus Taylor. And something I actually didn't comment on was the substitution of Zach Roberts for Gus Taylor. The sophomore, first year on varsity, he's really fitting into this team as a backup goalie well, getting mentored by Zach Roberts every day. He actually let in 0 goals in his one start in a Zach Roberts absence.
You know, and I've been told the two goalies have a deep bond. They're only 1 grade apart. They both love the game of soccer, and they're very close friends. They hang out often.
Yes, yeah, that's true. I can go into either one of their rooms every night, and you'll see them watching a movie together, playing chess, doing whatever. And I think
Their game of choice, I'm pretty sure, is Connect 4.
Oh, yeah. I actually forgot about that one.
You know, and what's going on here? There hasn't been a lot happening, and it really begs the question: when's the next face shot?
Schroeder's surveying the field, but the refs blow a whistle. It's hard to imagine Schroeder wasn't scoring that there.
Schroeder's actually, surprisingly enough, he's one of our stat leaders. He's one of our goal leaders. Him, I believe, Charlie and Roger are the top 3 goal scorers. Or sorry, Diego. Those are the top 3 goal scorers right now.
Why is that surprisingly enough? I'm not sure that is super surprising to me, as Schroeder, being a 3-year varsity player, he's really fits in really well to this Coach Wilcox system.
No, you're right. I guess we just have different opinions on who's better, Sasha or Roger.
I mean, it's definitely debatable. I think I would maybe give the edge to Roger, but not by much for sure.
You know, I think Roger might have him a little bit on the quickness, but in terms of power and technical skills, they're pretty par. I would even say Sasha might have him on the technical skills.
Yeah, and even the quickness is, yeah, maybe Roger has that arguably.
That's why I said it in such a way, because like it's a half a step. You really can't tell. Sasha's always right there with everyone. I think he's up there with the fastest. I'm pretty sure he ran a timed 40-yard dash and ran a 4.6.
Yeah, and soccer being his main sport, he is getting a lot quicker. Training for his second sport, lacrosse, in the spring, where he's actually taking number 22, a legendary number for Episcopal, and
previously had by Jack Bonello, one of the best athletes we've seen at Episcopal. What a shot by Hart Sands.
Hart Sands with the rocket from outside the box. Goalie barely tracked it down. And this St. Albans ball movement is just unreal right now. Cole Brown with the deflection. As time winds down, the Maroon are,
Wow.
losing seconds and daylight for a comeback here.
Another interesting shot from the St. Albans team. They like their low-angle shots.
They do, and I can't blame them. They've been falling today, as they've hit the back of the net 6 times thus far. A similar amount to,
6 more goals than we have.
yes. What a touch from number 2, Simon Moore.
You know what? I believe we play St. Albans in football this Thursday.
Oh, do we?
I'm excited to get our get back, hopefully.
As St. Albans looks to maybe put in the final dagger in the final minute of the game.
I'm not sure how many minutes of stoppage time we have. But this game should be over in, I would say, the next 2 to 3 minutes.
This is about the time where you really let the young guys shine. Maybe try something out that you can't really do in a big game. Maybe maybe just get some of the younger guys experience so they're more in tune for the bigger games in which the score is in reach. And the ball's going to go to the goalie as stoppage time has begun in these final minutes on Bryant Field.
Overall, wouldn't say a happy day for the Maroon, but a learning experience nevertheless. This is the type of feeling, as a athlete myself, I hate feeling. I hate being blown out, and the best option for them would be to get back in the lab tomorrow and try to turn it around.
And, I mean, a possible upside is maybe the Maroon need this, a humbling experience. I know I've been blown out in games before, and it's definitely something that gets you off of your high horse and maybe makes you put your head down and work more in order to maybe have some more success later in the season.
Oh, poor kick from Zach Roberts, straight to St. Albans. But yeah, for both perspectives, it just shows you the importance of
And that will be the
mentality.
game as the Maroon lose to the St. Albans Bulldogs 6-0 in an ISC match. It's been fun. See ya.